Oh, there we go. All right, good evening. We want to call this board meeting to get to order at 6:30 p.m. July 7th. So I'll ask Clerk Key to begin with a roll call.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, Trustee Tammy Brown, absent. Trustee Norwood, Trustee Stan Brown,
Present.
Trustee Belcher is absent. Trustee Steve, present. Trustee Holmes is absent. We do have a quorum.
Thank you very much. I'll ask everybody to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We can remain standing. I'm going to ask Trustee Stan Brown, if you don't mind leading us in prayer, please.
I don't mind, sir. We can bow our heads or you can look up, whichever way you do your praises. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadows of the Almighty. I say of the Lord, he is our refuge and our fortress. In him we all will trust. Surely he will deliver us from the snares of the fowlers and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover all of us under his wings, and on his feathers we will trust. And that will protect us from the snares of the fowlers. In the name of Jesus Christ, words are being said because I like for everybody to be involved in prayers. So I want to stretch it a little bit, and let's go with our Heavenly Father. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. So we're going to go right into, first thing on here is public comment. So if anybody has comments at this time, please come forward. We have 3 minutes, and I will signal at the 3-minute mark.
Greetings in the name of the Father and the Son. And you know what? I got a little love suggestion. Y'all, every so often, why don't y'all let some of the citizens lead prayer? Just, spread it out. Spread the praying out some. I'm hearing good things now. We getting ready to get the police commission together, correct? And so far, I'm looking directly at Jason before I look at the people. So far, he has not broke his word to me. And the one thing about me for Jason, my first impression of Jason, everybody in this room don't know. So with me knowing my first impression of you, that's where it's going to stand unless you change it. So you just heard me confirm unless you change something. But when it comes to, we got to kind of encourage these people out here that we not no dog sitters neither. We got people that are moving today. We corralled 3 dogs. We got to do something. I don't know if the deterrent got to be money, but it's now got to be something. And I see y'all doing the patchwork, and y'all know I be trying to have that nice in me, right? Because it's there for real. But y'all got to hit some more of these side streets and the alleys. I really don't know what's going on, but we got some alleys out here. They looking like forests to some of my neighbors. They don't come down the alley. Because 2 of them, 3 of them have garages back there. The trees that just cascade, y'all, if somebody can, I'm appreciate it. And on a lighter note, on my committees, I love you, Jason, but tell them phone calls, they're important now. We know you're busy, but they got to give me some feedback so I can go on and get this paperwork to you for these committees. They're important. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Hill. No additional comments at this time? Oh, here we go.
Okay, Jason, Gene was a fireman for 20 some years. In our 60 years of living in Dalton, we have never, ever had fireworks like this year. We had M80s coming through our yard, almost hitting the house. Now, what are we going to do about it?
Wonder if we could have an ordinance banning fireworks in the village of Dalton like other villages have.
And shoot them at the park like we used to years ago, and then nobody gets hurt or anything. But this is terrible. It's terrible. It scared the hell out of us that I'm ready to leave Dalton, and I hate to. We built our home.
Yes, ma'am. So not to diminish, we do have a fine on our ordinances for $750 for the fireworks. The challenge that we run into, and every community has it, and we work our best to try to reduce it and hopefully get it out of the community because it is illegal. We've taken numerous calls about it, and it's making sure that we have the manpower and the ability to get out there and better
Well,
attack
when you
it.
call the police, they don't even come.
We will respond on that, and I'll have some of the officers speak to it a little
guess
bit
somebody
during the police and
backing me
fire
up.
report.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I receive. Where's Commander at? Where's it's Staples here?
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, if you catch-
I am here to just make an announcement of a resource that's available for everyone. This is a resource through ComEd. You may have heard of it. The application's open today. ComEd is paying up to $500 towards any past due bills. It's a very simple process. You only need to bring your government-issued ID, driver's license, ID card, passport, your current ComEd bill, your proof of income. That's it, that's all. We're taking them in office at Neighborhood Housing Services at 639 East 87th Street from 10 a.m. Last person can come through the door at 3:30. It's going to go on for the rest of this week. So if you're not behind and you know someone that's behind, all the applications are being taken in this week. So just wanted to make sure you guys were aware because we only had one suburban person come out to fill out an application. So share the 639 East 87th Street. That's right off of Cottage Grove. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, again, Ryan Reese, Dalton resident. First of all, I wanted to thank the trustees. You promised that the roads were going to get started. The roads got started in the next week, so please continue with that. In light of the recent vote last week regarding the purchase of property, as this is moving forward, whatever our thoughts on this, there is probably going to be an increase of religious tourism in the area. A few thoughts. If we have purchased this property to assist and to guide this process, seek to preserve and restore as much as possible the original character of the place where the Pope lived, try to inquire, perhaps if possible, with Traunstein in Germany, Buenos Aires, Wadowice in Poland, the locations where previous popes have lived, how they have successfully controlled, maintained, built on these sorts of industries, because as you start to bring in a particular kind of tourists, there are specifics to that type of industry. Additionally, invest in incentivize revitalization in downtown Dalton itself, both in restaurants, hospitality, hotels. If there's some need for zoning, we don't have much of a hotel presence here in Dalton. And one of the realities is we don't have a hotel presence near Dalton. This makes it very difficult for those who will be coming in that fashion. It would probably be best if there is at least some in the area. This is long-term planning commentary. Definitely look into how other successful revitalization efforts and sort of renovation efforts. I'm thinking the little neighborhood just over on Cottage Grove in South Holland, little areas of that nature, try to build on historic character. That will be of some of the best assistance, but definitely inquire with the communities that have had to deal with this in the past in other countries, because we'll start to draw in a certain amount of international tourism as a result of this. It's definitely something to, this is not something to just jump in on. Even though you strike while the fire is hot, you don't want to simply leap in unprepared for the very particular character of this kind of tourism. So just keep these things in mind in your preparations. But thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Sir, if I can ask, if you don't mind, would you be okay with sharing your information with our chief of staff in the back? Ms. Williams, you mind waving? Thank you.
Good evening, all. My name is Barbara Parker, and I have just a little information to share with you about fireworks. I've been preaching this sermon for quite a few years, and it hasn't improved. I just want the police department, the fire department, and the administration to know this law has been in effect since 1942. It is illegal to have fireworks in the state of Illinois. And they've tried to ban it and all this for years, whatever, and they haven't succeeded in doing so. Even if you are transporting fireworks from another state and you are in possession of fireworks, you can face $75 to $2,500 fine. And you can also possibly face up to 1 year in jail. So if you know someone or whatever, to get the word out, and if you want to get the information or whatever, there are two. One is for the fire safety, which is an ordinance for that. And there's also, it's two ordinances you can, I have a copy. It's too lengthy to get copies for the entire thing, and it covers so much. It also shows things that you can have, which are like firecrackers, cap gun, noise can't be over a certain amount of noise. So there's a list of that. So if you go in and you Google something like, give me the laws that govern fireworks in the state of Illinois, and that will come up, and you will have get you a nice cold drink and a little food, because you'll be there for a little while. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Parker.
Good evening. My name is Beth McBride. I happen to be an Uber driver. And last night I approached Irving here in Milton, and I went to pick up passengers. And what I saw was a terrible situation. There were at least 30 young women on the street in bikinis. There was a raucous party atmosphere, and there was fireworks and young people running around. And I discourage people from doing something like that. If you know that your young people are doing that, that's very discouraged. I'm very proud of the police. They were there and they came and they dealt with it. The reason that I didn't drive the young ladies that I went to pick up is because I said, this is a very dangerous situation, and they laughed at me. And I said, well, I can't drive you, because if you've laughed at me, you now disrespect me, and I have to back up off this street. I have the responsibility of getting you off this street safely, and you laughed at me. So I canceled the ride, and I rarely cancel rides because I take my responsibility very seriously. The situation was bad. I applaud the police for handling it.
But the community needs to be aware of what happened there so that if you see something like this occur again, that you would call the police very quickly.
Thank you very much, Beth.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Angela Russell. I'm a Dalton resident, but I'm also here to talk about the mental health services that we'll be bringing here free to Dalton, as well as an event that we have been planning for quite some time, and we finally have a date for it. The event is called Healing Happens Here. It's a free event that will be at Ambassador Church, 15810 Cottage Grove in South Holland. It's a free community event based on community healing and wellness. We will have various practitioners there to do different types of workshops for free based on trauma and healing. That includes trauma-informed yoga and movement, praise dancing and language. We'll have someone there from Cook County Board of Review helping people to understand property taxes as well as apply for exemptions. We'll also have someone there from the Law Center for Better Housing to do workshops about renters' rights. We'll also have a speaker there to talk about art and healing and performance art, as well as individuality, self-respect, and esteem. We'll also have various youth programs there for families and youth-oriented services. Everything that we have there will be accessible to everyone in Thornton Township. There are a lot of resources in the areas that we just don't know about, and we're bringing most of those to one place at one time so that everyone can have access to information. We'll also have vendors there for domestic violence as well as substance use to provide information for those who may need the services or for those you may want to give that information to. We'll also have sound baths the way that we had here during that event for our therapy. We're going to have sound bath sessions as well as light and aura sessions if you're into those types of readings. So the purpose is to introduce you to things that are different from the regular therapy that we may used to, because healing comes in different ways. We want to make sure that we introduce those things to residents of Thornton Township. And again, all of this is free. It's a full day event. Come for a couple of hours or stay for a full day. The last part of the day from 5 to 7, we will have different performance artists based on healing and resilience. That includes rap, spoken word, singing. We're gonna have a drum circle and things of that nature. July is BIPOC Mental Health Awareness. That's Black, Indigenous, and people of color. So we don't want to discount everyone else. We want to make sure that we're kind of focused on what this means for people of color, and everyone can benefit from these things that we're going to be doing. So thank you very much. And I know that Ms. Belcher is not here, but I thought she would probably make an announcement about the services we're bringing to the Dalton Park, the municipal building. We're going to have office hours there as well, hopefully starting sometime in August. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Okay, we have one more. I think this is a game you guys do with me.
Good evening, residents. It's a pleasure to be here. Saying again, congratulations to the board. Good evening, residents. It's a pleasure to be here. Saying again, congratulations to the board and the mayor. My name is Dina Jackson, a current resident of Dalton and a generational resident of the Thornton Township. Quick as possible, I want to go over a quick couple bullet points that I want to go over. As far as the meter readings, you all are already addressing those things, but I've called numerous of times. No one answers my calls. My concern is that one of my major concerns is the fire hydrant incident that stopped the water on the streets and flooded the streets on MLK Drive. I want to know who's going to be paying for that, because it was flooded for a whole morning. Miss Norwood had answered my call on that morning, and she had took care of that right away. And there's other fire hydrants that are flooding, so you all need to be making rounds around the village for that. Secondly, the code enforcement. You all are taking care of that. I'll call about that. I have been calling, and there's been couches, mattresses, a lot of debris in alleys. You could, as soon as you leave out of this driveway, you can look to this alley and you just drive up there. Nothing but debris. I stay on this front street right here. So I would like to see what's going to be done about that, because I don't want to be fined for that. I take good care of my property, and I don't want to be fined for things that other people are just dumping in the alleyways and stuff like that, as well as big, tall trees and debris and stuff like that. Thirdly, the main thing, the rezoning proposal. You all are proposing, and I think that whoever came up with it was truly thoughtful, but they did not think it quite through, unfortunately. Within the first 5 years, everything probably will be great, but you all are building a community within the community. So who's going to be the police force behind that? You all are bringing in 5,000 to 7,000 additional people. So who's going to be accountable for that? So with that, then you're bringing in retail, pools, and things like that. So just say, for instance, if someone has a party, their birthday party or something like that, another party might be coming in. Who's going to be responsible for people in the pool? Someone has to be around there to be around for that.
You've reached the 3-minute mark.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
New business resolution 25006. For the property you're wanting to build on 147th and Harvard, has there been testing of the soil or initial inspection of the site?
There has been initial, review of the site. No testing of the soil yet.
Okay. Also, Stan Brown, you have numerous Class 8s to be approved. Why do you feel that businesses need Class 8s and they shouldn't be spending their fair share of money? We can't afford Class 8s at this time.
You want to address it during that action item, or would you want to respond at this time, trustee? Okay.
Mayor House, you're going to issue $2 million worth of bonds. Have you ever taken a Series 7? I have.
No.
I highly suggest that you at least study for the Series 7 so you know what you're issuing. $2 million in bonds. We have a junk bond rating. How much is the interest on that?
The interest rate is a 4%, 3%.
For a town with a junk bond rating? Oh, that's nice. Also, you have the approval of the settlement with the Better Government Association, of which I am a member. Is that for a FOIA?
Yes.
And you couldn't just give them the information. Why?
This is a case that's more than 2 years old.
Okay, I'm still sure that they would want information. Also, again, the page 55 of 59 May 7th packet for the AT&T bill. How's that going?
That's still in negotiation.
Okay. Also, are you going to have CAL meetings?
Yes, we will.
When will we have a water report? We don't have a water report for 2025, and our water tower looks like it's riddled with bullets. When will we get a water report?
There's a monthly report that gets turned in, and then the annual report, I will have to give you the date.
Where can I find the monthly water testing report?
We'll submit a FOIA.
I have to submit a FOIA?
Yes.
What happened to the water reports that were printed and available in Village Hall in prior administrations? We don't have that anymore?
I don't recall that being in the administration, years ago.
You got the water report, ma'am? Okay, don't interrupt me, please.
Okay.
Don't interrupt me, please.
Okay, we can.
Get order of your resident, Mayor.
Okay. Which one? I'm sorry, we reached
This
the
is
three.
my,
we reached the
thank you
3-minute
so
mark.
much.
Thank you, Ms. Downs. Okay. Okay. That will conclude public comments at this time. I'm going to do we have a couple of special presentations that I think will add joy and glee to this evening. So I see a nice big smile from our fire department, our deputy chief. So Deputy Chief, if you don't mind, please come forward and let's have the team be acknowledged.
Won't you do it?
All right, good evening, residents, Mayor, Madam Clerk, trustees. Today, I'm here to acknowledge 4 of our distinguished firefighters here. We had a call back in December, and I'm going to read it off to you. First, I'm going to give you the synopsis of everything. The Village of Dalton today is recognizing 4 members of the Dalton Fire Department with the Unit Citation Award for exceptional efforts performed at the scene of a motor vehicle accident that required the members combined area response team, which is called the CART team, to extricate the subject that was inside his vehicle. In addition, the members worked tirelessly to shore up the damaged structure that was involved in the incident, which ultimately helped save the victim's life. Now, what I'm going to read is what came from Dr. Bernie Heiligser. It says to Acting Chief John Calhoun, "Dear Chief, I wanted to take this opportunity to express my admiration for your department for outstanding response to the recent semi truck into the house on December 4th, 2024. Your department was most knowledgeable and skilled in their participation in the extrication and stabilization of the patient. It was great to see professionalism and cooperation between the multiple agencies that responded. Please thank all involved for their dedication and caring. Bernie Heiligser, DO, EMS Medical Director." I want to also note that 2 of the guys came from home to assist. They're part of the team. They came from home to help this individual who was trapped in this vehicle. They're given the unit citation, which is described as an award that is presented to those individuals who perform and exhibited exceptional skills in coordination and action with personal risk. This award is presented to the company that had demonstrated exceptional skill, proficiency, and dedication to duty while operating under emergency incident. Mayor, could I have you join me? Guys, could I have you stand up front here as I call your name? Engineer Lance Bergeron, who is not here tonight, family emergency. Engineer John Smith, Engineer Ethan Stratman, Engineer Edwin Knobloch. You can stand in the middle. Once again, these guys, they exhibited knowledge. These guys train all the time to do this type of stuff. So we are very proud of them. We're excited that they're here, and the knowledge that they hold, everything is, trust me, you should be really proud of these guys. They did a great job. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, can we give one more round of applause for our hardworking firefighters? And thanks for everything that you guys are doing. And then, Clerk, if we can make note, Trustee Holmes is present as well at this time. You got it? Okay. All right. We also have additional good news. I believe we have 3 new officers that we will be swearing in today as Commander Staples. Do we have the officers present here with us? If you don't mind, can we bring them up so we can get them? Yes. So we want to make sure that we don't detain anybody longer than. Come on. Okay, so we'll go up with Clerk. He will assist with the oath of office, and then afterwards, I'll ask everybody to come for a photo as well.
Okay, ladies, we'll see you. Okay. Run around.
Is it on? Okay, thank you. It's always an honor swearing new officers. As you guys know, we do have a shortage, and it's great to see that we're finally beginning to, fill those vacancies. So I'm going to swear these 3 wonderful officers in, and I'm going to start off with I'm sorry, right hand. I said it and didn't tell you to do it. Okay, state your names individually. Have been appointed to the office of police officer in the village of Dalton, in the county of Cook, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Illinois, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of police officer, village of Dalton, to the best of my ability. Congratulations, officers. Hi. Congratulations, guys. Congrats, man. What's your last name? Carrie. Sweet. Trust me.
Okay, one more time, let's welcome our new family aboard here in a Dalton way. Yeah, yeah. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the hard efforts of Commander Staples and the command team here at the Village of Dalton for all the recruiting efforts that have been ongoing and continuing to go, as well as all of the patrol officers and the policemen that have been doing long hours trying to hold things together so we can get to this point. So the efforts are continuing to go. With that being said, I think we are ready to resume back on our order of business. We're going to come into general announcements. Are there any general announcements at this time?
Yes.
Okay, Trustee Steve.
Greetings, everyone. I want to remind everyone about my walk for multiple sclerosis this Saturday, 9:30 here. It's my annual MS walk. A lot of people suffer from autoimmune diseases, different illnesses that you don't know when you look at a person. So this is my 4th annual MS walk. We come here, we have food. If you can't walk, you can still come here and kind of chill out and eat and have some fun. And while everybody goes, it's just one walk around the park. You do one lap, you come back. It'll be music playing. It's gonna be a festive time. So if you live in Dalton, whether you don't live in Dalton, and you know somebody who suffers from MS or any type of illness that people may not know when you look at them, I'm doing the MS walk this Saturday at 9:30. So I hope everybody can make it. If you can make it, I hope to see you here. And that's it for my announcements.
Thank you, Trustee Steve. Any additional announcements at this time?
Yeah, ma'am.
Trustee Norwood.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm going to first start off with a few announcements from Dalton Park. So if you all can, my favorite park district, they have a variety of events coming up. And you all can go on Dalton Park District's website for all of the events. I can't announce them all tonight, but I'll announce the ones from this week. So they're having a senior prom at Royal Estates Living Facility this Friday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Black and white classic holiday theme, and the admission is free. So feel free to contact Dalton Park if you all have any questions. They're also having a murder mystery night at the Masquerade. So it says, put out on your thinking caps and join us for a night of thrills and suspense. Think you can crack the case? They like for you to come out this July the 10th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's $35 admission, but their refreshments will be provided and there are no payments at the door. So if you guys are going to join them, make sure you all arrive promptly because the doors close at 7:15 p.m. Now on with mines. So our resident resource event will be postponed to a tentative date of 7/23. So you all could please visit our YouTube channel for the final announcement. I'd like to thank the Southland Regional Mayor Black Caucus for choosing 2 of our very own Dalton residents as a recipient of their annual scholarship. I'd like to thank our mayor for being a part of this organization, which allowed the kids to take advantage of this great opportunity. And I'd like to congratulate the 2 amazing recipients on their endeavors. Every summer for the last few years, I assist the youth with jobs. This year, we're adding a mental health component with the help of Envision Unlimited with Angela Russell here. I'd like to thank Dalton Park District for allowing us to host Youth Day this Friday, July the 11th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in this very building. So parents, please make sure your children join us. We'll have employers and Next Move organization will be helping them with resumes. We'll have raffles and food. I'd like to thank Kids and Vets for sponsoring 5120 Entertainment and all the other sponsors. Please, parents, make sure that your children are in attendance this Friday so that they can get a job this summer. That will be all from me, Mayor. Thank you.
That concludes your announcements. Okay, thank you very much. I got Trustee Stan Brown.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. I'd just like to say on behalf of Dalton Park, they have what you call Wind Down Wednesday, July the 16th, August the 20th, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. They have live music, jazz, and bring your fans out. They want to know where them fans at. So on the Wednesday, Wind Down Wednesday, Dalton Park is doing a lot of good things up here, and we definitely appreciate Dalton Park keeping us entertained. Also, I'd like to speak on for you athletes that's out there. Actually, last week we had our firemen, public works employees, police officers. We're playing 16-inch softball right out here on a Saturday, 12 in the afternoon. We out there. We have other firemen and police officers from other municipalities. We out here every Saturday at 12 p.m. But if you know, I see a couple of ball players in here, so I want you to come out there and have a little fun in the sun with us. So Saturday at 12 p.m. right out here in the main park, play a little 16-inch softball and a lot of fun in the sun, and let's enjoy ourselves. We have municipalities from Harvey, Calumet City, Riverdale, Thornton, South Holland. We're having a good time out there, ladies and gentlemen. So come on out if you want to see if you still have it. Thank you. That's it for me, man.
Thank you very much, trustee. Any additional announcements? Hearing none, next we will go to the village clerk's report. Clerk Key.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to request the approval of the Board of Trustees for the following minutes. For minutes for a special board meeting on Monday, June 2nd, 2025. Minutes for a regular board meeting on June 2nd, 2025. And a special meeting on July 1st, 2025.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes as read?
I accept as read.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Stan Brown, second by trustee Norwood. Any discussion? No discussion. Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Motion passed. Thank you.
Okay.
And I don't have communication on here, but I would like to make a brief announcement. I want to talk about the FOIA process. Originally, it was being handled by someone else, but I want to announce that it will be coming back to the clerk's office. We used to have a link on the website. We will be restoring that link, and we request that if you have a FOIA request that you would use the link. It's not on there yet, but we are currently working on restoring it. We are working on training the staff properly on how to respond to FOIAs so that we won't be overwhelmed with lawsuits because FOIAs are not being answered. And it would be very imperative that those FOIAs are completed in the way that they should, because we are a public entity and we are responsible for responding to requests, and we want to honor that. We don't want you to think that we have anything to hide. So that just give us a couple more weeks. We're putting it in place. We got to take the staff through training, and once that training is conducted, we will be ready to go. But we are still responding to FOIAs, but it will be done the correct way moving forward. So just wanted to make you guys aware of that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Clerk Key. That is good news. I will certainly say it's good news. Okay, village engineer. I don't believe the engineer is here. He did turn in a written. Oh, cool. We got a smiling new faces. What's that? You say Ron's not invited back anymore.
You know what? Don't do him like that on his birthday.
Welcome.
Today is birthday. Good evening, everyone. My name is Brittany McPherson, filling in for your village engineer, Ron Smith. I have a quick engineer's report for you guys, updates on some projects and funding opportunities. The first one is your 2025 street resurfacing project. It is funded through Rebuild Illinois. It has been designed, it's in QA/QC, and is planned to be constructed this year. The next one is your IEPA lead service line replacement project. That is the IEPA process has gone through. You guys have been listed on the list for funding, and 2 of your funding areas have been approved for forgiveness, $2 million of forgiveness. Lastly, you have DCO grants. Looks like it totals about $1,412,500. This will cover operating expenses, capital improvements, infrastructure improvements, and fire hydrant and valve replacement. So that concludes the engineer's report. If you have any questions, Ron can answer it. I'll be here later if you have any that I can answer today.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions from the board? Hearing none. Okay. Thank you very much and welcome. Okay, next we'll move into committee reports. The police and fire. I want to thank Deputy Chief Calhoun for his report that he did with the team. I'll ask Commander Staples if you come up briefly. We want to kind of speak to some items that were mentioned previously.
Good evening. I'm Commander Staples with the Dalton Police Department. I just want to say thank you all for being patient with us. We are currently hiring more police officers. As you see, we sworn 3 in tonight. 4th of July. 4th of July is very busy. Thank you for waiting, being patient for us to arrive to your home. We get a lot of calls for fireworks. We care about the community, each and every one. Our goal is to engage in the community, protect and serve, and make sure that we're doing the job to the best that we can do it. So again, thank you. We're hiring, trying to get to your calls as quickly as possible because we do care.
Thank you very much for all the hard work that you're doing. Okay. Next, there's no finance report this evening. Trustee Belcher will resume with that next month. Public Works report, Trustee Steve.
Yes, greetings, everyone. I want to read a card that a resident sent to Public Works. And it's a quick message. It says, "Thank you for your quick response to our request concerning the potholes in front of our home. We understand that this is a new administration and it will take time to get our village back on track. So again, thank you for your service and expeditious response, Mr. and Mrs. McGee." So this is one resident that gave us a thank you card, not us, but Public Works for their service. I'm reading that to say that we are getting around to the complaints. We are aware of the state of the village as far as the trees and the abandoned houses and the potholes. So we're aware, but this is just a sign that we're getting into it. Just be patient. Keep making your calls. Keep being patient. If you see one of us out, when you talk to me, you get my call, you can call me. I'll try my best to expedite anything that you need as far as Public Works. So that is going to be the gist of my report. There's a long report here, but this is a lot of stuff that I guess I don't think people really even comprehend. Not comprehend, but even really, I say it's too wordy. The biggest thing that I read on here is that the front loader is out. We have two front loaders that one purchased under the new last administration. These are expensive things, and both of them went down. So both of them back up. That allows us to go on up and down the streets to get the big piles of trees that's sitting on the blocks you're tired of seeing them. I'm tired of seeing them. Sometimes they get brown out there a little long, but that's the front loader provides the opportunity to do that. And this says we have ran all the areas for potholes at least once. So there's potholes getting done, and they're about to run it again through the whole village. So be patient with us. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your consistency. Please keep calling and reach out to us. And that's the end of my report.
Thank you very much, Trustee Steve. Okay, the human relations, there's no report on that. I will comment. Also, Trustee Tammy Brown has taken up the lead on our zoning committee, and she's been doing an excellent job of coming up with a zoning map so that we'll have a better roadmap for our businesses that we are going after and make sure they have the proper zoning. Next, we have Housing Committee with Trustee Norwood.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Regarding housing, I know that I've received a lot of calls, residents. I want you all to know that we're working on a plan in regards to the abandoned homes. We do have a housing committee meeting, our very first one of the year, which will be this Monday, July the 14th, right here at 6 p.m. So I would like to go over home rules, and I do have some exciting information to announce. But just regarding the home rules, guys, if everyone could keep the grass cut, be respectful of the neighbors, and we'll have a lot more that we'll go over. So if you all can join us Monday, July the 14th, we have some exciting news, and I will see you guys there. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, trustee Norwood. Next we have on our agenda is the reading for our electronic warrant list. Let me get that one for today. It's here. Okay, so I'll read into record the electronic payment warrant list, dated May 31st, 2025, with corporate payments, $9,590.35, water fund payments, $344,537.98, sewer fund payment, $1,051.72, total payments, $355,180.05. Is there a motion to approve the bills as read? So moved. Second. Hearing the motion by trustee Steve, second by trustee Stan Brown. Any discussion? No discussion. Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Motion passed.
Okay, next we'll read the AP warrant list dated July 7th, 2025, with total corporate payments, $732,880.23. Gross payroll for June 13th, $432,916.95. Gross payroll June 27th, $461,496.45. Melanie Fitness Center register payments of $1,244.32. Total payments on this register, $2,084,419.56. Is there a motion to approve the bills as read? So moved.
Second.
Okay, here the motion by trustee Steve, second by trustee Norwood. Any discussion? Hearing none, Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next we have, on new business, item A, we have completed, which is the swearing in of our officers. Item B is discussion and approval of resolution 25-006, approving the rezoning of 14700 Harvard Street, Illinois, to allow for multifamily rental apartments, condominium apartments, single-family homes, townhomes, retail, commercial space, and self-storage. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
I'll motion.
Second.
Okay, hearing the motion by trustee Norwood, second by trustee Stan Brown. Any discussion? I'll do a brief summary. This is the business that has come on two previous occasions to present, once at Tea with the Trustees, once previously here. I want to say it was last month, discussing the space over on 14700 Harvard, looking to bring mixed-use retail and residential housing to our community. It's in the infancy stages, and this project had been stalled for several years, and at this time we are working with them to begin moving that forward so we can have more of a tax base to alleviate some of the burden off of our current residents. The anticipated time frame on this can be anywhere from 18 to 24 months. With that discussion, I'll ask if there's any other discussion at this time. Hearing none, Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, next two items are C and D. Trustee, did you want to do these collectively or separate?
I can do them collectively.
Okay, so we'll do discussion and approval of resolution 25-007, proposed class 8 for certain property within the village of Dalton, 1401 East Sibley and 15030 Dante, with the PIN numbers as listed. Item D, discussion and approval resolution 25-008, supporting the proposed class 8 classification for certain property within Dalton at 15022 Lincoln. Is there a motion to approve collectively item C and D?
Motion.
Got a motion. Hearing a motion by trustee Stan Brown, second by trustee Steve. Any discussion on this at this time?
Well, Mayor, just for myself, I know I've heard some residents voice their concern. And for me, our goal is to make sure that we have businesses and that we keep them here in our town. As we all know, taxes are high. And for me, especially if if it's the first time, I'm always up for considering a Class 8 for the first time. So thank you.
I'd like to touch on that.
Okay, Trustee Stan?
And that's just another blessing. We actually have business that would like to come here and do business here in the village of Dalton. That's a plus, ladies and gentlemen, because Sibley is coming up from the basement to the balcony of success. So we need to be bringing these type of business here because business attracts other business. So, you know, Dalton deserves better and we getting it right now. So thank you, Pope, for living here. That helps a lot.
Thank you. I will also kind of comment just briefly as a trustee. I had previously, I would say at least for the last 4, probably closer to 6 years on Class 8s while we were working to build up, in particular, the Sibley corridor, but other abandoned businesses in the community. We have conventionally approved the first Class 8 request for somebody as a way of trying to attract and lure more business in. Renewals, we figure we've given you a break for a certain amount of years. So renewals have been much stiffer and decline more frequently. With that being said, also there are many businesses that the communities are honestly competing for these retail establishments in particular. Many businesses can come into Dalton, they can go to South Holland, they can go in multiple communities. So we want to make sure that, as we talked about being business friendly, we want that community to understand we do recognize the challenge of Cook County property taxes, and I know homeowners also recognize that too. So it's a delicate balance that we strike. As this Sibley corridor gets full of businesses, we can be much more selective. We're selective at this moment as well. We're not just allowing anything, but if we have businesses that are something new, not another liquor store or something like that, but if we have something that's a newer appeal, we do try to support that so that way the right kind of business, we will be business friendly. We've successfully done, I would say, easily over 100 to 120 business licenses within the last 6 months as the board has been working together. So I do believe that the business community recognizes us as a better place to do business, and we want to keep that trend going. So having stated that, I will ask Clerk Key for a roll call, please.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Motion passed.
Okay. Item E is discussion and approval of an ordinance 25006 authorizing and providing for the issue of $2,040,000 taxing general obligation bonds. Here is 2025 to the Village of Dalton, Cook County, to the levy and direct annual tax sufficient to pay the principal and interest on said bonds and approving the tax escrow agreement. Is there a motion to approve as read?
Motion.
Is there a second? Second. Heard the motion, Trustee Norwood, second, Trustee Steve. We'll give comment and discussion on this. Every year for well over 8 years, we've taken out an annual bond with Homewood Disposal, which is our garbage service pickup. I would say within the last year, about a year or so ago, with a lot of the chaos that we experienced, this bond was almost overlooked and put the community at jeopardy of garbage services not being picked up. At that time, I think Trustee Brown was spearheaded making sure that we got this on track, Trustee Tammy Brown. And we did a temporary bond to hold us over till this moment. This bond that asking for a request will get the village covered for 1 full year as we work through our financial challenges. So that's the purpose of this bond. It's a 1-year bond, as Attorney McGrath mentioned, interest rate about 3%, and is offered with our partnership with Homewood Disposal to make sure that garbage services are done promptly and on time. So having said that, any further discussion from the board members? Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Motion passed.
Okay, item F, discussion and approval of a settlement agreement between the Better Government Association and the Village of Dalton, case number 23CH9066. Is there a motion to approve the settlement listed in our packet?
So moved.
Second.
Hearing a motion by Trustee Steve, second by Trustee Norwood. Any discussion?
This is the, from that response to FOIA request, another one of. Correct. Yes, this one.
Okay, so this one, as trustee Steve mentioned, there was, as the little note, the case number is 23, meaning it was filed in 2023. There was non-response at that time to the FOIA. Since Olson, Sturk, Murphy, and I'm just going to say Attorney McGrath has picked it up. All the requested documents have been provided, but not having done so timely resulted in a settlement being entered, and all paperwork has been provided to the seeker. So any further discussion at this time? Okay, Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Motion passed.
Okay, item G is discussion and approval of changing the signers on the Illinois Funds account or Illinois Funds Bank account. Is there a motion?
Aye.
I heard
Second.
two. Okay, I heard trustee Steve with the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Just a motion by trustee Steve, second trustee Norwood. This item is just updating the signers, taking the previous mayor off of the Illinois Funds account. It will be adding myself. Clerk Key has always been on. Have you always been on this one? Should have always been. Okay, so it's adding Clerk Key and myself as the signers for the Illinois Funds, updating our records accordingly. Any discussion at this time? Hearing none, Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House. Oops. I got old.
Aye.
I'm looking at a bad form here. Sorry about that. Trustee Steve.
Aye.
And Trustee Holmes. Motion passed.
Okay. I think I got H, I, and J. Oh, one quick question. All right, so I'm going to ask that we bundle items H, I, and J, which are the discussion and hiring of a code enforcement director, 2 water meter readers, and an accounts payable staff. 2 of these 4 individuals are Dalton residents, one being a former code enforcement director that many may recall, Brian Thigpen, who many know and love. So I think these are recommended hires to our community, should the board approve. So I'll ask for a motion that we collectively approve items H, I, and J. Is there a motion?
A motion to accept is read.
Okay, I heard a motion. Was that trustee Stan? Her second. Second, trustee Holmes. Any discussion?
Yes, I just want to say that many people know Brian Thigpen. He was one of the first ones who actually took the firing because of not doing something that he knew was wrong. So, you commend people who, stood up for what's right with it costing them job. So he's greatly loved through the community. People know him, and he's coming back to help us clean the village back up.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Motion passed.
Okay. Item K is going to be tabled at this moment. We will be revisiting this at an upcoming board meeting. We do not have on here mayor's report. I have a brief comment that I'll make prior to concluding. We didn't have executive session or anything, did we? So just a couple of brief comments. Of course, we want to, of course, as always, give heartfelt thanks to the residents of the great village of Dalton for continuing to work with us, work together, in particular through disagreements. I think that's kind of an ongoing theme that we've started with sometime back, and it still remains. We have to continue to push one another to be better. One of our key focuses that we've looked towards is improving our communication and ability to respond to the residents of the village. It had been previously really hard to even reach somebody and get an answer, and I feel that we've improved that tremendously. So I want to give kudos, of course, to all of the staff that are here within the village, and the response times have gone down significantly. I'm extremely proud, I would say, of every department. So I have a mixed blessing. I wish, Administrator's not here, so the administrator and I kind of go back and forth is because there's the one side that is very, very proud of what we do because I see the passion and hard work that everybody's putting into it. And the flip side is we have so much work to do that I tell them I'm proud, but I'm not satisfied. We have a ton of work that we have to do. We do it working collectively together. So I want to say thanks for all the efforts that we're doing. We all know we got to strap up our shoes, roll our sleeves up a little bit more and keep going. So thanks for those efforts. We will continue to communicate our time frame. So I know Trustee Steve mentioned, of course, being patient, but I also similarly echo his sentiments. Keep calling. Keep pushing. We're going to give our absolute best and continue to do so. And so we want those calls coming in. We want to hear what's going on. I tell some of the team that I don't like hearing when they say, I got a complaint from a resident because complaining has such a negative connotation that we have concerns. So we encourage to speak in terms of the resident has a concern and our concerns are all legitimate. We may not always agree on the concern, but the concerns are extremely valuable and needed. And as Trustee Norwood would say, if you don't call, we want you to keep calling in because right when you're about to give up,
That's when all the magic happens.
so don't give up, Dalton. We're going to keep going, and I want to appreciate where we are still. We remain Dalton united in agreements and disagreements. So we thank everyone for their cooperation. Having said that, is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Here, a motion, Trustee Holmes, second, Trustee Steve. Any discussion? If not, Clerk Key, please call the roll.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Steve,
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 7:38 p.m.
Yeah.